Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome into another collector booster box opening with the boys. March of the Machine just came out this weekend. It's pre-release, but since everything's for sale pre-release weekend, I like to think of it more as paper release, since Arena and MTGO. What up, Travis? Welcome in. Arena and MTGO don't release until later. I like to think of this as paper release, right? So, we had a couple of tournaments this weekend at the store. Friday Night Magic, we hosted 46 players for pre-release. Today we hosted another 28, and I got to play in the tournament today. So one of our duck race, I was a duck race winner and got an extra collector booster. So we'll open this one last. I'm curious to see what's in there. But yeah, so welcome in everyone, and without further ado, let's get started. I don't believe that there's any box toppers in this set, as there can be in some other sets, so we don't get to look forward to that today. My son also played in pre-release on Friday. What do you think of the set so far?
It is awesome. Top tier.
Yeah? What do you like about it?
How it incorporates like all of the other sets into it and stuff. With like it's all of the realms being attacked by the Phyrexians at once, and so it's really cool.
Sweet. What about the gameplay?
It's really fun. Like the card interactions with new keywords and some of the other stuff was really fun.
Nice. All right. Well, you want to get in on this? Go ahead. You can open the first pack if you'd like.
Alright. Look at that. Nice foil Esper on the front there. Looking pretty good.
Yeah, get rid of them. Oh, what's up, DJ Cruz? Welcome in, bud. New set just came out, so we're blasting packs, man. Let's see if we can, well, first let's see if we can get them open. But, yeah, let's see if we can pull some fire cards, some money cards.
How will it open? Oh, we're getting it? Oh, okay, alright. No, wait, we got it.
Got it, getting there.
We're getting there. We haven't gotten it, but we're getting there.
Isn't there a little pull?
No.
No. Wow. Alright.
Alright. Throw those off to the side. Four. So we got Final Flourish, Burning Sun's Fury, that one's pretty cool. Aerial Boost, Iridescent Blade Master, Order of the Mirror, flip card, to Order of the Alabaster Host.
Scissors, that's a good idea. So I had this in my deck today during pre-release, and it's,
It puts in work.
yeah, so whenever a creature blocks it, that creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. What do they call that? Flanking, I think? I don't know. It's a devastating mechanic because people are just like, yeah, I'll chump block with my 1/1 creature. Yeah, nope, not really. It just dies.
Yeah, it's really good. Phyrexian Sensor. Ooh! Yes, you see that? That's Kaladesh. Beautiful. So these are the new battle cards. It's an invasion for every plane. This one is the invasion of Kaladesh, as the Phyrexians are coming to attack it with the Aether Reservoir there in the middle, nice and foil. Since this is one of the more known planes, it's a uncommon, and they can be up to a mythic, the more common, whatever they are. And so, as a little recap, the rules text says, as a siege enters, choose an opponent to protect it. You and others can attack it. When it's defeated, exile it, then cast it transformed. And so, when it enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature token with flying. Then it has pretty much 4 loyalty, because you can attack these just like a planeswalker or a plane, or a player. Then they flip to Aether Wing Golden Scale Flagship. Pretty cool. Flying, when its power is equal to the number of artifacts you control with crew 1. That's pretty good. And it has 4 toughness already, so it will be pretty good. Then I think that this is a new Capenna Force. Looks pretty good. The Uzalith, the Shattered Spire. Okay. If one or more +1/+1 counters would be put on an artifact or creature you control, with that many +1 counters on it instead, then 1 and a forest, tap, put a +1/+1 counter on target artifact or creature you control, activate only as a sorcery, and then cycling too.
So if you pay the activated cost, then you'll get 2 +1/+1 counters. Bam.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah. Ooh. Transcendent Message, X blue, convoke, draw X cards. Pretty straightforward. And then with convoke it, you can just tap out all your creatures to completely refill your hand and whatnot. Interdisciplinary Mascot. This is obviously from Strixhaven, one of the best sets by far. 6 blue. Convoke Ward 3. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order with a 5/5 body. So, pretty good. And then, Wrath, Weatherlight Stalwart. This is the guy that cares about the, historics, right?
Yeah.
Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you may tap 2 untapped creatures you control. If you do, draw a card. Then 3 white creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain vigilance until end of turn.
Nice.
Only for Azorius. Ooh, it's the sneaky guy from...
Sneaky Snake.
Yeah, from Commander Legends. 3 green-blue, Cascade. Spells you cast with mana value 6 or greater have Cascade. Pretty good.
I love this. Yidaro is one of my favorite cards from Ikoria. Yeah.
Yidaro is pretty great.
Yeah.
It's just a beast in the cycling deck.
Yeah.
But anyway, Kogla and Yidaro. When it enters the battlefield, choose 1. It gains trample and haste until end of turn. It fights target creature you don't control. And then, you can choose one of those. And then, green, and then Gruul, so red-green. Discard Kogla and Yidaro. Destroy up to 1 target artifact or enchantment. Shuffle your Shovel Klogla and Yadaro into your library from your graveyard, then draw a card. So, pretty much, still a cycling beast. Yadaro with the discard back into the library for benefit. Pretty nice. Pretty nice.
Ooh.
Fancy. Scram, Senior Edificer?
Senior Edificer, yeah.
Whenever you cast an aura, equipment, or vehicle spell, draw a card. For 1 in a way. And incubator tokens. These things can be pretty powerful, not gonna lie.
Yo, Ghost of Godzilla, welcome in. No, we that was the first pack we opened, so we definitely have not opened any serialized cards. Just cracking these collector boosties with my son, and you know, kind of taking our time. We got we've got viewers who are Magic veterans and folks that just enjoy watching people open packs for value, so just kind of taking our time here. Alright, let's see if I can get this in focus. Alright, Dreg Recycler, Furnace Host Charger, Enduring Bond Warden. I'll try and go through the commons and uncommons fairly quickly. Expedition Lookout. Not a full art, but a cool island. Represents the Phyrexians invading. Scornblade Berserker. Alright, here's another siege. The Shellbell likes these sieges. Invasion of Ergamon. When an invasion of Ergamon enters the battlefield, create a treasure token, then you may discard a card if you do draw a card. So if you attack this for 5 damage, remove the damage counters, you exile it and cast it for free from exile, and it becomes Truga, Cliff Charger, a 3/4 with trample. When it enters the battlefield, you may discard a card. If you do, search your library for a land or battle card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Red-green's big on the battles, and, you know, green's inherently,
Set on ramp.
ramp, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, here's our first commander card. 1 green, Vivian's Talent. For an aura, enchant Planeswalker. Enchanted Planeswalker has +1, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature or land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a loyalty counter on Enchanted Planeswalker. Nice. Some value. Progenitor Exarch. XX white for a 1/2 Phyrexian Cat Cleric. When it enters the battlefield, incubate 3 X times. So you're going to create an incubator token and put 3 +1/+1 counters on it as many times as you can pay double X. Tap this, transform target incubator token you control. Another commander card. Path of the Enigma. 4 and a blue for a sorcery. Target player draws 4 cards. Will of the Planeswalkers. Starting with you, each player votes for Planeswalk or Chaos. If Planeswalk gets more votes, Planeswalk. If Chaos gets more votes, or the vote is tied, Chaos ensues. So, this refers to a new mechanic in regards to the, what are they called, the Chaos?
Plane Chase?
The Plane Chase cards that are in each of the pre-constructed commander decks in this set. And it gives you 2 options on the Plane Chase card, one of which is the Chaos, which some crazy thing can happen. Agar, the Freezing Flame. 1 blue... Yeah, the giant. 1 blue-red for a 3/3 giant wizard. Whenever a creature or planeswalker an opponent controls is dealt excess damage, if a giant wizard or spell you controlled dealt damage to it this turn, draw a card. So if they chump block, boom, get an extra damage. Zada, Hedron Grinder. This is in the Commander Legends treatment. I can't remember what it's called.
Edgefoil.
Edgefoil. Oh! Omnath, Locus of All. This is the buy a box promo, only without the special thing. If you would lose unspent mana, that mana becomes black instead. Oh yeah, but with different artwork.
Yeah, it's the full art instead of the Zendikar Rising throwback art.
Yeah, this is the Zendikar Rising treatment. Grimgrin, Corpse Burn, 3 blue-black for a 5/5 zombie warrior. It enters the battlefield tapped and doesn't untap during your untap step. Sacrifice another creature. Untap Grimgrin and put a +1/+1 counter on it. Whenever it attacks, destroy target creature defending player controls, then put a +1/+1 counter on Grimgrin. Yeah, those are nice. And I had a token, I don't know. Oh, it's still in the pack. So this is a 3/2 spirit token, and first mate Ragavan! Yeah, buddy! Token legendary creature Monkey Pirate. It's a 2/1. Oh, it's our boy. Woo! Do you want to grab the scissors? Should have had him do that before. Monkey!
See if we can open this one first.
I think the boss is onto something. Get the scissors. Why don't you just...
I don't know, scratch it. Yeah, no, that probably works better. Alright.
Yeah, that's a good call, boss. Slice all the way across. Alright, here we go.
Alright. Sorry, excuse me. Furtive analysis. War trained slasher. Cut short. That one. That was pretty good. Core halberd.
Yeah, but the... Listen to the way that they worded this card. Destroy target planeswalker that was activated this turn. Or tapped creature. Why don't they just say destroy target tapped creature or planeswalker that was activated this turn? What are you doing? That card almost got me today in a game. I was like, what? It says planeswalker. Come on now.
That's why I didn't put it in my deck on Friday.
Yeah.
So core halberd. Marauding dreadship. Sand stalker malach. Interesting. Not Vold Hermit transforms into a Chrome Host Hulk. Interesting. And a forest. Into Invasion of Kaldheim.
Oh, I love Kaldheim.
Yeah, Kaldheim's pretty cool. So, it's the Viking set. And to go along with it, it says, when it enters the battlefield, exile all cards from your hand, then draw that many cards. Until the end of your next turn, you may play cards exiled this way, which flips to Pyre of the World Tree. This should go in your Omnath deck, I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah?
Discard a land card. It deals 2 damage to any target. Whenever you discard a land card, exile the top card of your library. You may play this card this turn.
Yeah, but the point of that deck is to get lands on the battlefield. I don't know. I've got land recursion in there. It could work.
Yeah.
It could work.
Ayara, Widow of the Realm. In the Eldraine treatment. Flips to... I forgot her name. Ayara, Furnace Queen. Looks kind of scary. Let's see what she said. Tap, sacrifice another creature or artifact. It deals X damage to target opponent or battle, and you gain X life, where X is the sacrificed creature's permanent's mana value. Ooh, and then 5 and a Phyrexian red mana to flip it to the Furnace Queen, which says, at the beginning of combat on your turn, return up to 1 target artifact or creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste. Exile it at the beginning of the next end step.
Nice.
I don't know what this card does, but it sounds cool. Dance with Calamity. Shuffle your library as many times as you choose. You may exile the top card of your library. If the total mana value of the cards exiled this way is 13 or less, you may cast any number of spells from among those cards without paying their mana costs.
Nice.
That sounds fun.
That's
and
one of the
it's a commander card.
Yeah, it's one of the commander cards. That sounds chaotic.
I would put that in Joda, but most of those spells are like really expensive, and so it would go for like twice.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Radha, Coalition Warlord, 2 red green, throwback keyword, domain.
Throwback to 2 sets ago.
Yeah, man. Throwback. Whenever it becomes tapped, another target creature you control gets +X/+X till end of turn, where X is the number of basic land types among lands you control. Joda.
What up,
That
Waterman?
sounds
Just because you can't afford to blast some packs, we're doing it for you, bud. All right, what is this one called? Halo foil?
I don't know, but it looks cool.
Rainbow foil?
Got like lines in it that are foily.
Yeah,
looks pretty cool.
Yeah, hopefully that's coming through on stream. It's like all swirly. Not the best card, but
I think that yeah.
Ingarunize is a Kaldheim card, so it's in the Kaldheim frame.
It works pretty well with this because it's like got swirls of magic and then swirls of foil. When it enters the battlefield, scry 3, and then when it dies, draw 3 cards. If 3 or more creatures died this turn. So if it dies with its friends, then it gets to draw you cards.
So did you see the one that we opened earlier that's just got the gold around the edges? Do you know what kind of foiling that's called, Travis? Anybody? Keep going.
The gold.
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
Okay. And I know some of you already got a sneak peek of this, but that's right, we got children.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, this one you can like.
Oh, that's the
etched foil.
No, that's also no. Yeah, no, that's X foil. I think no. There's
No?
foil in the art.
No, I don't think so.
No, there is. It's a little bit, but
I think it's just around the edges, the gold. I don't know.
Maybe.
It's awesome. All right. Anyway.
Sheoldred, you know, the Black Praetor, Queen of Death. Right? Something. I don't know, whatever. 3 black menace. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature or planeswalker. Then 4 black, exile it, then return it to the battlefield, transformed under its owner's control. Activate only as a sorcery and only if an opponent has 8 or more cards in their library. Comes back as True Scriptures. Turns into a saga. First time, for each opponent, destroy up to 1 target creature or planeswalker that player controls. Round 2, each opponent discards 3 cards, then mills 3 cards. And then 3, put all creatures from all graveyards into the battlefield under your control. Then exile it back into the battlefield as children. You get to do it over and over and over. kind of sad. I traded off a Jin-Gitaxias.
Yeah, that wasn't a good deal, but that's alright.
Anyway, not sure what kind of border this is, but it is a Goreclaw Terror of Kalsisma, I think. Creature spells you cast with power 4 or greater cost 2 less to cast. Then when it attacks, each creature you control with power 4 or greater gets +1/+1 and gains trample until end of turn. And a treasure token with a Kraken on the back.
Yo, Hummaker and Chris International, welcome in, friends. Waterman, how was the pre-release? Well, Friday night we had 46 players. It was awesome. And this afternoon we had 28. I went 1 and 2, but that's alright. Still had a lot of fun. Lots of good, crazy pulls. You know, those pre-release packs are seeded, we think. So that's always fun. Alright, Hanger Scrounger, Angelic Intervention. We go quickly through the commons and uncommons. They're just foils. Ichor Shade. Kithkin Billy Rider, Double Strike 1/3. I destroyed this creature so many times today. Whenever it came out, it scared me. I didn't like it. Scroll Shift. Lithomantic Barrage. Rampaging Geoderm. Our full art basic land. You can kind of see in the sky where the Phyrexians are entering the plane. And then this is a Phyrexian mana symbol in the desert. Here it is. Chandra. Hope's Beacon. 4 red for a 5 loyalty legendary planeswalker Chandra. It has a static ability. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. This ability triggers only once each turn. Oh, I know. I'm sure you're gonna want to trade. Start offering up the trades there, buddy. Alright, +2, add 2 mana in any combination of colors. +1, exile the top 5 cards of your library until the end of your next turn. You may cast an instant or sorcery spell from among those exiled cards. Yo, what's up, Jerry? Welcome in. -X, Chandra Hope's Beacon deals X damage to each of up to 2 targets. Made it just in time. Look at this beauty. Not as nice as your Elspeth, but still pretty. Yeah, Jerry and Keelia got to come down and play pre-release on Friday night, and I'm pretty sure they had a good time, so. Grafted Butcher, 1 and a black for a 2/2 Phyrexian Samurai. When it enters the battlefield, Phyrexians you control gain menace until end of turn. Other Phyrexians you control get +1/+1. 3 and a black, sack an artifact or creature, return Grafted Butcher from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery. I killed this creature a lot today too. Conjurer's Mantle, 1 and a white for an equipment. This is from the Commander set, the Commander cards. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has Vigilance. Whenever equipped creature attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal a card that shares a creature type with that creature from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Firja, Judge of Valor. This is another Kaldheim card. 2 white, black for a 2/4 flying lifelink Angel Cleric. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. Yargle. I opened, not this fancy border, but I opened one of these in my pre-release kit. Wasn't that great, didn't run it. Voldaren Thrillseeker, 2 and a red for a 1/1 vampire warrior with backup 2. So when this creature enters the battlefield, put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. If it's another creature, so you can choose to put it on this creature or another. If it is another creature, it gains this ability until end of turn. Pay 1, sacrifice this creature. It deals damage equal to its power to any target. Ooh! Niv Mizzet Reborn! Another Wooburg card. White, blue, black, red, green for a 6/6 flying legendary dragon avatar. When Niv Mizzet Reborn enters the battlefield, reveal the top 10 cards of your library. For each color pair, choose a card that's exactly those colors from among them. Put the chosen cards into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. And it is...
And it's the swirly foils.
Yeah, this is definitely a Halo foil. Oh, there it is. Now it's coming through. Woo! She is a beaut. And an incubator token.
Hey man, can't drop those incubator tokens.
That pack was fire.
There. Bam. There's still cards in there.
There are.
This pack is kind of shuffled, but we'll go with that one first. Knight of the New Coalition gives you a little friend along with itself. Flittering Gorilla.
Flittering Gorilla. Gorilla Warrior.
What is it say?
Gorilla is not spelled like the animal, it's like the guerrilla warfare.
Alabaster Host for something. It's a lifelink boy. Tenured Oil Caster. Searing Bard. Yeah, Searing Bard.
Barb.
Barb.
A barb is like a...
Yeah, I know.
Alright.
Too much D&D. Furnace Reigns. Got a battle. Invasion of Ulgratha.
I played this in my pre-release deck today. I liked it. It's a good one.
Nice. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 3 damage to any other target and you gain 3 life. Then 5...
Nuke their stuff.
Oh yeah. And then 5 loyalty, whatever, like defense tokens. And Grandmother Ravi Sengir. Sengir Vampire is a interesting card. Flying, whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a +1/+1 counter on it, and you gain 1 life.
Yeah, so apparently Grandmother Ravi is not a vampire. The Baron became a vampire at some point in time, but Grandma is not. Yo, Jason, what's up? Welcome in.
Got a fancy island with the, of course, inevitable attack of the Phyrexians as the dark clouds loom over the lands. This one's a vampire, though. Voldaren Thrillseeker, backup 2. Oh, we just saw that card.
Literally.
Oh, oh my god!
Someone's gonna be making trades.
Oh, woo! This works perfect in a Joda deck, especially my Joda deck. Inga and Essica. Creatures you control have vigilance and tap. Add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast a creature spell. Whenever you cast a creature spell, if 3 or more mana was spent to cast it, draw a card. So, for old Joda, not the Joda from Dominaria United, whatever, right? Not the legendary creatures deck, right? 5-color good stuff deck from way back when Dominaria with the legendary sorceries and stuff.
Yeah.
You pay Waberg for any creature, so it's all of your creatures become, like, everything has Convoke now, pretty much, and then you draw a card whenever you cast a creature spell. So it's pretty powerful. Guardian Scale Lord, backup 1 flying. Whenever this creature attacks, return target non-land permanent card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is this creature's power. starts at a 3/4, but obviously can get bigger.
That's that's a commander card as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is a not Halo foil Inga Rune Eyes.
Still pretty.
It's pretty alright, but
Yeah, it's okay. It's
Yeah.
an uncommon. It's not that big of a deal.
see, this right here is funny when like they have to make the text smaller because there's too many words there. So, Tiamat, chosen from death, Tiamat. Oh, Tiamat. Oh. Legendary enchantment creature, demigod. Fun. Its toughness is equal to your devotion to black, and it starts at 2, and obviously can get bigger. And then 1 and a black. Exile up to 2 target cards from graveyards. You gain 1 life for each creature exiled this way. Pretty good. Deep Root Wayfinder. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player or battle, surveil 1, then you may return a land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped.
That's sweet.
More recursion.
Ooh.
Pretty. Wow, that is stunning.
It's not the Halo foil, but it's really pretty.
Yeah. I'm not sure what kind of border that is, but it looks cool. Teysa Karlov. If a creature dying causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. So it's like the whatever landfall stuff, but for death. And then trigger tokens you control have vigilance and lifelink. Wow, that is powerful. Especially in an Orzhov deck where like it's just a bunch of spirits.
Yeah.
Whew. And then an incubator token. Someone pointed this out to me. They all have different arts on the back. So you get a different incubator every time.
That's cool. Well, I mean, they don't all have different backs.
Or all of them.
They have to. There has to be a limit, right?
Yeah, there's like
Of
4 or
yeah,
5
quite a
that
few
I've
of
seen
them.
already. So
Unseal the Necropolis.
that card's alright.
Thrashing Frontliner. Rugged Highlands. This is a tap land, or as we call, a gain land, because when it enters the battlefield tapped, and when it enters, you gain 1 life. And it taps for red or green. That's always nice. Negate. Nice little reprint. Oh, that's your boy, a Johnny. Johnny's getting jacked.
Oh, it is.
Golden Scale Aeronaut. Omen Hawker. Invasion of Moag. Moog. When it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. This was in my card pool for pre-release today, but I decided not to go green-white. Once you defeat it, it becomes a 3/3 Dryad with Ward 2, so it can't be the target. It can't become the target of a spell or ability unless an opponent pays 2 extra mana. At the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. So that's a real powerful effect. Zoom. Full art swamp. Full art swamp. Zephyr Singer, I had this one today. It was pretty nice. 2 blue for a 3/4 flying vigilance siren pirate. It has Convoke, so each creature can help cast a spell. Each creature you tap while casting the spell pays for 1 generic or 1 mana of that creature's color. And when it enters, put a flying counter on each creature that convoked it. So if you tap your creatures to cast it, they all gain flying. Pretty powerful. Guardian of Girapur. 2 and a white for a 3/3 flying angel. When it enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 other target creature or artifact you control. Return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Works great with enter the battlefield effects. Here's a commander card. Sadar Jabari of Zalfir. 1 white, blue, black for a 4/3 human knight. Eminence. Whenever you attack with one or more knights, if this is in the command zone or on the battlefield, draw a card, then discard a card. Flying first strike. When it deals combat damage to a player, return target knight creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield.
Eminence.
Eminence.
Wow.
That is an
that's a throwback.
Yeah, they brought it back.
Dang. Like the last time that was printed was with like the Dragon and Cats and Markov.
Yeah, Markov, yeah.
Like
Extremely powerful. It's ridiculous.
yeah.
Tetsuko Umizawa Fugitive. 1 and a blue for a 1/3 human rogue. Creatures you control with power or toughness 1 or less can't be blocked. Had that in my deck today. It was pretty nice. Firja, Judge of Valor.
Again.
Yeah, but this is the Halo foil. I still love Kaldheim. Love the art. Love everything about it.
Oh my god. It's a twofer.
Both in the borderless. Yeah, but this one is foil. So, yeah, there you go. And Obosh 3 black-red hybrid for a 3/5 Hellion Horror. It can be your companion. Starting deck. So your starting deck contains only cards with odd mana values and land cards. I love this card. I love building around it. It is extremely fun. Because if a source you control with an odd mana value would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals double that damage to that permanent or player instead.
So if you have it as a, as a companion, everything just gets double strike essentially.
All right, do I need to replace this copy with a copy that's in my cube? It clearly doesn't have the Ikoria mana symbol. Treasure and dinosaur. But I don't see how I couldn't, right? Looks like we're halfway through our box. Just wanted to shout out our favorite local game store, Dueling Land. That's right, Dueling Land in Aurora, Colorado. Check them out. Facebook. You cut it and didn't even cut it right. We'll cut it again.
It's okay. You can just cut it.
All right. I'll put the scissors in there and just cut across the top. Check them out. Facebook, Instagram, Discord. They have an immense amount of card games. Anything you like. You into Pokemon? They got it. You like Flesh and Blood? What else do they have? Wyatt Schwartz. A little Digimon. They run Digimon tournaments.
Got MetaZoo.
Reach out to them if you want to get in on some of this shiny foily action. Hit them up. This new set, March of the Machine, just came out, and yeah, they still have plenty of product. So finally, I know you're trying. I know. Back off about 5 inches.
Corrupted Conviction. Cosmic Hunger. Swiftwater Cliffs. Another gangland. Tidal Terror. Ooh, Raw's Enforcements. This was pretty good in my deck. Storm and Seed Core. Moltgen and Muddigan Connoisseur. And our land. Coming in hot with Kogla and Yidaro in the not Ikoria order, but foil. Dusk Legion Duelist. Vengeance whenever, no, not Vengeance, oh my god. Vigilance, whenever one or more +1/+1 counters are put on it, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. So if you just back it up a couple of times, you'll be drawing cards. Ooh, Rowan's Talent. This is from Eldraine, and Strixhaven.
And Strixhaven,
And
it's a commander card.
And it's a commander card. It is an aura, and you enchant Planeswalker. Enchanted Planeswalker has +1, up to one target creature gets +2/+0 and gains first strike and trample until end of turn. Then whenever you activate a loyalty ability on Enchanted Planeswalker, copy that ability. You may choose new targets for the copy. Wow. You know, that ain't bad. Ooh. Jury, Master of Review. Whenever you sacrifice a permanent, put a +1/+1 counter on Jury, Master of Review. When it dies, deal damage equal to its power to any target. Ooh. Tetsuko Umezawa Fugitive. I think we've seen that one, but in the different art. Creatures you control with power toughness 1 or less can't be blocked. Ha ha ha! So I pulled this card. I pulled this card in my thing, right? But it was not in the fancy Theros borderless art. Wow. So, wow. Kroxa and Kronos, Vigilance, Menace, and Lifelink. And whenever it enters or attacks, you may exile 5 cards from your graveyard. When you do, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. That put in work. Ending off with Captain Lannery Storm. Haste, whenever it attacks, create a treasure token. It's pretty cool. Whenever you sacrifice a treasure, it gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Nice. And then an incubator token.
Lots and lots of incubator tokens. Thanks for the tip, Travis. That is a lifesaver. Alright. Dismal Backwater. We got another gain land. When it enters the battlefield tap, when it enters, you gain 1 life. Skittering Surveyor. Eyes of Gataxius. Attentive Sky Warden. Poetic Prankster. 1 in a red for a 2/1 devil. Pay 3 in a Phyrexian black to transform it, and it becomes Glistening Goremonger. 3/2 Phyrexian devil. When it dies, each opponent sacks an artifact or creature. Gift of Completion. Invasion of Regatha. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 4 damage to another battle or opponent and 1 damage to up to 1 target creature. When you defeat it, it becomes a 4/4 human monk with prowess, so whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. If a non-creature source you control would deal damage to a creature, battle, or opponent, it deals that much damage +2 instead. That's a pretty sweet one. Full Art Island. Alright.
Into another battle.
Oh.
And a Ren and Realm Breaker. Ah.
Invasion of Fiora. 4 black. When it enters the battlefield, choose 1 or both, destroy all legendary creatures, destroy all non-legendary creatures, and it flips into Marchesa, Resolute Monarch. 3/6 legendary human noble with Menace and Death Touch. Whenever Marchesa attacks, remove all counters from up to 1 target permanent. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you haven't been dealt combat damage since your last turn, you draw a card and lose 1 life. Yeah, spoiler. Alright, borderless Wren and Realmbreaker. 1 green for a legendary Planeswalker Wren. 4 loyalty. Lands you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color. +1, up to 1 target land you control becomes a 3/3 elemental creature with vigilance, hexproof, and haste until your next turn. It's still a land. -2, mill 3 cards. You may put a permanent card from among the milled cards into your hand. -7, you get an emblem with. You may play lands and cast permanent spells from your graveyard. That would go good in Omnath. Oh, jeez. Wand of the World Soul. This is a commander card. 2 and a white for an artifact. It enters the battlefield tapped. You can tap for 1 white or tap. The next spell you cast this turn has Convoke.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's nice. So your creatures can help cast it. Emoti, Celebrant of Bounty. 3 green for a legendary creature, Naga Dryad. Cascade. Spells you cast with mana value 6 or greater have Cascade, but it's in the
Amonkhet fancy border.
invocations. The only thing I don't like about what they did with this treatment is that all the words are normal.
Yeah, they should have had it like the whatever sideways other stuff that they did with the old Amonkhet stuff.
Yeah, on the original ones, all of this text looked like hieroglyphs. Now, I'm not saying this should all look like hieroglyphs, but you could have at least like put the name of the creature in hieroglyphic font. That would have been nice.
I pulled that card. I didn't run it, but
this one?
It
just
I
looks
don't think
weird
it
to
was
me.
foil, but it looked pretty cool.
Yeah, the treatment's cool, but I don't know. Yeah. Can't please them all, right? Quende, Pride of Femeref. 3 and a white for a 2/2 human knight. Double strike. Creatures you control with first strike have double strike. Masterpiece. Yeah, masterpiece. Doomscar Warrior. 2 green for a 4/3 human warrior with backup 1 and trample. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player or battle, look at that many cards from the top of your library. You may reveal a creature or land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Fire Song and Sunspeaker. With 15 minutes left in deck building on Friday night, I was informed that we had a new player in the building and that they needed help building their deck. And so they had determined that red and green were probably the best colors. And they were up at the land station getting lands to put in their deck. And they had a red-white tap land, the game land, and I noticed that they had this card, and they had a bunch of red burn spells, so red spells that you cast that deal direct damage to things. And yeah, I convinced them to splash this card, and I think it was the right call. So, Fire Song and Sunspeaker, 4 red-white for a 4/6 Minotaur Cleric. Red instant and sorcery spells you control have lifelink. Whenever a white instant or sorcery spell causes you to gain life, Fire Song and Sunspeaker deal 3 damage to target creature or player.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so every time that they were doing damage with their Television 89, welcome in, first time chatter. Yeah, every time that they were doing direct damage with their red spells, they were gaining that much life. Pretty good stuff. And another incubator token.
Javier, is that you? Did you really come all this way just to say nerd?
Is that one of your homeboys?
Yeah. I think. Alright. Timberland Artifact.
I got wrecked by this card in the last round. Dude had 2 of them. He played the first one, I killed it. He played the second one, I was just like, nope. We're done here.
I mean,
yeah.
No,
he was just
reach trample 6/5.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Moment of Truth. Phyrexian Archivist.
Archivist, yeah.
No. Chomping Kavu. Wicked Slumber. Ooh. Invasion of Asgoth. When it enters the battlefield, target player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker and loses 1 life.
Oh.
That's
That would
pretty
be so
good.
bad.
And then Ashen Reaper. Menace at the beginning of your end step. Put a +1/+1 counter on Ashen Reaper if a permanent was put into the graveyard from the battlefield this turn. Wow. That's beautiful. Look at that. It's all foil too. Sucks that we can see a glimpse of the dark clouds, but it's all good. Doomscar Warrior, backup 1 trample. When this creature deals combat damage to a player or battle, look at that many cards from the top of your library. You may reveal a creature or land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Back to back. One's in foil, the other is in borderless. It's pretty nice. Semaskeef something. Creature Vedekellen Rogue Artificer. Vidalkin. Flying when it deals combat damage to a player, create a creature. Oh my god.
You about done there?
Create a token that's a copy of target artifact that player controls. Ooh.
Another Yargle?
Yeah, man. Why not?
Is that the... No, it's just a normal foil. Oh, the next one, though. Let's get at.
Oh. It's a hollow foil in the Dominaria Stain Art Glass stuff. It's pretty nice. Shauna Sisei's Legacy. Green, white. It can't be the target of abilities your opponents control, and it gets +1/+1 for each creature you control. So it starts off as a 1/1 and obviously gets bigger. Nice. Nahiri's Warcrafting. It deals 5 damage to target creature, planeswalker, or battle. Look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the XX damage dealt this way. You may exile one of those cards, put the rest of them on the bottom of your library in a random order. You may play the exiled card this turn. Nice. 2 black, flying. Whenever a creature becomes the target of a spell or ability, destroy that creature. So it's the same as that other thing, except instead of your instant and sorceries having lifelink, they have death touch. Fun.
Yeah, no, so the funny part about this is that I had this situation come up in a game. So backup is an ability that targets a creature and puts a +1/+1 counter on it. So the guy was playing, the player was playing a backup deck with this on the battlefield, and his opponent was like, dude, if you play this and if you target this creature's gonna die. So the player tried to target and the dude's like, you can just put that back in your hand, because if you target this creature that you just cast, it's gonna die. Like, they're both gonna die. It doesn't matter. They're all gonna die. Yeah, it's a powerful card, but not a very good one if you're
in a
running
backup deck. No. Then Windscarred Crag, Boros, gain life, tap, and an incubator token. Ooh, fancy.
Halo Hopper. It's a little frog. Blighted Burgeoning. Failed Conversion. Portent Tracker. Saw that put in a lot of work this weekend. Onaki Javelineer. Collective Nightmare. Phyrexian Awakening. Full Art Forest. Bloated Processor. 2 and a black for a 3/2 Phyrexian. Sacrifice another Phyrexian. Put a +1/+1 counter on Bloated Processor. When Bloated Processor dies, incubate X where X is its power. Did you get any good pulls?
I got the red one.
Urabrask?
Yeah.
The weakest fighter?
The weakest, no. Shieldred.
Did they upgrade him?
Yeah, Urabrask is powerful. So our other son did not want to be on stream, but he was opening his pre-release kit, and
Those are my fancy ones.
yeah,
Brass.
yeah,
Other than that, that was pretty much it.
yeah, right, Jason. Let's go. Another Shieldred. All right, and the boy pulled the Urabrask. 2 red for a 4/4 Phyrexian Praetor with first strike. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, it deals 1 damage to target opponent. Add red. Pay red. Exile Urabrask, then return it to the battlefield transformed under its owner's control. Activate only as a sorcery and only if you've cast 3 or more instant and or sorcery spells this turn. It becomes a Saga. The Great Works deals 3 damage to target opponent and each creature they control. Create 3 treasures. Until end of turn, you may cast instant and sorcery spells from any graveyard. If a spell cast this way would be put into a graveyard, exile it instead. Exile the Great Work, then return it to the battlefield face up as Urabrask. Jason in chat had that one, Urabrask, in his pre-release deck today. How'd that work out, bud? Shieldred, yeah, so we saw this in the foil already. I'm not going to go over it again, but really cool in the alternate art. Liliana's Talent. This is a commander card. Black for an aura, enchant Planeswalker. It has -8. Put all creature cards from all graveyards onto the battlefield under your control. Whenever a creature deals damage to enchanted Planeswalker, destroy that creature. Bam. Quende, Pride of Femeref. We've seen that one already. Agar, the Freezing Flame. Yeah, we saw that one. Rankle and Torbrand. 1 black red for a 3/4 Fairy Dwarf, flying first strike haste. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player or battle, choose any number. Each player creates a treasure. Each player sacrifices a creature. If a source would deal damage to a player or battle this turn, it deals that much damage +2 instead. And Lutri, the Spell Chaser. It's sure is pretty, but it's banned in every format but limited.
What?
So it's a 3/2 companion. Each non-land card in your starting deck has a different name.
Oh, yeah. It got banned in Commander real quick because
Yeah,
you just had a free companion.
Yeah, it got banned in Commander before it was released. Flash. When it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, copy target instant or sorcery spell you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. Probably go in the cube, though. Incubator token. 3 packs left. You can't open this one. I'm opening that one.
I know. I don't know why I even bother with that anymore.
You having fun there?
Oh. Inspired Charge. That one was pretty good in my deck because it was aggro. Arachnoid Adaptation. Stasis Field. That one was pretty good for some of my opponents. Vengiant Earth. Vengiant.
Vengeant.
Vengeant Earth. Bladed Battle Fan. That was pretty cool. Elspeth's Smite.
It seems like there's
Wait a minute, did Elspeth kill Elish Norn?
I believe she helped. Karn definitely, there's a card with Karn holding Elish's head over, like Elish's severed head over his head. I remember seeing that for sure too.
That's pretty cool. Blight Reaper Thalid. You pay 3 and a green Phyrexian to transform it into the Blight Sower Thalid. When it transforms or dies, create a 1/1 green Phyrexian Saproling creature token. Ooh, this one's kind of creepy, and it looks to be from Eldraine. The plane of Eldraine. Hey, Dad. Speaking of Urbrask.
Oh. Heyo.
And it's in the foil. Ooh, and check it. We got a new Capenna card.
There it is.
Look at that. That's cool. Errand and Gaida. Flash flying. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. Then you may cast spells with flash or flying from the top of your library. Terror of Tawashi. Tawashi. Death Touch. Whenever it attacks, you may pay 3 and a black. When you do, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's a Phyrexian in addition to its other types.
Twinning.
Finn the Fangbear.
Yes! Ha! There you go, Jason. Now Jason and I are twinning.
In the Kaladesh foil. Ooh. Rev Master Smith. Whenever a creature you control that's enchanted or equipped attacks, that creature gains double strike until end of turn. And Liliana's Talent again.
There you go.
And, ooh, Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. First strike non-creature spells cost 1 more to cast.
That is a great reprint. Alright, so as I said, here you go. Yeah, new Finn art is very metal. That is, in fact, Karn. Oh, here, let me pull it out of the sleeve. Karn holding the head of Elish Norn, the severed head of Elish Norn. Yeah. Alright, 2 more packs. Thanks for hanging with us tonight, everyone. Wanted to try and get this video out as the set is just releasing in paper. No more pre-release, we're just paper release now. Flywheel Racer, Halo Charged Scob, Mirren Bane Splitter, Jungle Hollow, Ifara's Dispersal, Stoke the Flames, Invasion of Mercadia. When it enters the battlefield, you may discard a card. If you do, draw 2 cards. Nice. That's card advantage. It flips to Kieran Flameright. It's a 3/3 Goblin Spellshaper with pay 2 and a red, tap, discard a card, create 2 1/1 blue and red elemental creature tokens. Creatures you control get +1/0 and +0, and gain haste until end of turn. Full Art Forest, Rampaging Raptor, 2 red for a 4/4 dinosaur with trample and haste. 2 and a red, Rampaging Raptor gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Whenever it deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to target planeswalker that player controls or battle that player protects. Questing Beast. Into the Fire, 2 and a red, sorcery, choose 1. Into the Fire deals 2 damage to each creature, planeswalker, and battle, or put any number of cards from your hand on the bottom of your library, then draw that many cards +1. Emergent Woodworm, this is a commander card, 6 and a green for a 4/4 worm, backup 3, Whenever this creature attacks, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is its power. You may put a permanent card with mana value X or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Renata, called to the hunt. 2 green for a star 3 demigod. Renata's power is equal to your devotion to green, so it would be a 2/3 by itself. Each other creature you control enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. Raph, Weatherlight Stalwart, we've seen this one. Transcendent Message, we've seen this one. And Lathiel, the Bounteous Dawn, 2 green for a 2/2 unicorn with lifelink. At the beginning of each end step, if you gained life this turn, distribute up to that many +1/+1 counters among any number of other target creatures. Alright, Jason, moment of truth. You're the one that talked me into taking this pack instead of the one that you opened that was fire. $100 pack, right? $100 pack that you opened. Let's see what we got. This better be the nuts. Ichor Drinker. Man, I don't think that we've gotten a single double card in commons or uncommons. That's awesome. I've known these some of these collector packs that we've opened in the past have been all kinds of duplicates. Like, we're just getting multiple of the same card, so this is really nice. Cyba Cryptomancer. Coming in hot. Rugged Highlands. War Historian. Serialized Praetor. Zalfir and Lancer. I'm gonna die if it is. I'm just gonna be done. Invasion of Xerix. Yeah, internally combust. That's right. 2 white/blue for when it enters the battlefield, return up to 1 target creature to its owner's hand, and it becomes Zyrtex Paladin, flying aerial knight. Its power and toughness are each equal to the number of creatures you control. Nice.
I had one of my opponents play that. Oh, that card didn't work for me. That card right there. That's top tier. Perfect. Love it.
Yeah, but is it worth anything? Probably not.
I don't know. It's worth value in my heart.
Yeah, 1 white/black for a 3/4 vampire angel. Just Drana and Linvala working together. That's crazy. Flying Vigilance. Activated abilities of creatures your opponents control can't be activated. Drana and Linvala has all activated abilities of all creatures your opponents control. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to activate those abilities.
I just swipe it.
There it is!
Oh my god!
Bam! Nailed it! Archangel Elspeth. 2 white for a loyalty. Legendary Planeswalker Elspeth. Create +1. Create a 1/1 white soldier creature token with lifelink. -2. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. It becomes an angel in addition to its other types and gains flying. That's permanent, folks. It is just an angel with flying until it leaves the battlefield. -6. Return all non-land permanent cards with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Alright, I don't know about value on that, but damn, that's pretty. We doing good so far? Jason, where'd you...
Literally the face of the set right there. That's Elspeth.
Yeah. Blight Titan for black. This is a commander card. It is a 6/6 Phyrexian Giant with Death Touch. It whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, mill 2 cards, then incubate X, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard.
Ooh. Ooh.
I might have to put that in my that black-blue deck that I have. I don't really have a lot of finishers for it. This is the Zendikar Rising treatment for Zeta Hedron Grinder. Another Renata, Called to the Hunt, and
But it's a hole.
Pile On. 3 and a black for an instant with Convoke. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Surveil 2.
Is that the...
Oh, Kahira, the Orphan Guard. Nice. This is another companion. I'll have to swap that out in my cube. So each creature card in your starting deck is a cat, elemental, nightmare, dinosaur, or beast. It has vigilance. Each other creature you control that's a cat, elemental, nightmare, dinosaur, or beast gets +1/+1 and has vigilance.
Cat's deck.
Well, we didn't hit that serialized
Praetor.
Praetor. But we did pull some fire. Thanks again, everybody, for stopping by to check out all of the stuff. I think I beat you. Do you think? I think I beat you on that one, bud. We'll have another stream, hopefully. I've got some more product. I usually always do, but we're gonna raid into my buddy Dirty Works. He's doing some Bob Marley reggae stuff, so stick around if you have time, and if not, check out Dueling Land on the internet. Peace.